Imagine a world without words. A world where communication was nothing more than grunts, gestures, and raw expressions. Picture our ancient ancestors huddled around flickering fires, trying to convey complex thoughts through nothing but hand movements and primal sounds. How did humanity make that incredible leap? How did we transform from simple creatures communicating through basic signals to beings capable of crafting intricate languages, telling profound stories, and building magnificent civilizations? The origin of language is perhaps one of the greatest mysteries in human history. It's a puzzle that has perplexed scientists, linguists, and philosophers for generations. And today, we're going to embark on an extraordinary journey to unravel this enigma. Language is the very foundation of our existence. It's our superpower. Through language, we share ideas that can spark revolutions, transmit knowledge across generations, and forge deep social connections that bind us together as a species. But here's the mind-bending question: when and how did this incredible ability first emerge? Science doesn't have a definitive answer yet, but what we do have are fascinating theories that try to explain this remarkable phenomenon. Some scholars believe language was born out of pure survival instinct, a critical tool for coordinating hunting expeditions in dangerous prehistoric landscapes. Others argue it emerged as a way to express raw, fundamental emotions that couldn't be communicated through mere gestures. Was language a gradual evolution or a sudden breakthrough? Did it start with rhythmic sounds, emotional cries, or complex social interactions? Get ready to travel back in time, where we'll explore the most compelling hypotheses about how human language first took root. If you're passionate about unraveling the mysteries of human history, if you're curious about the incredible story of our ancestors, then buckle up. We're about to dive deep into one of the most fascinating chapters of our shared human experience. Are you ready to discover the incredible origins of human communication? Stay tuned, because this journey will challenge everything you thought you knew about language. Picture this: a harsh, unforgiving landscape where survival isn't just a challenge, it's a daily battle. Our ancient ancestors didn't have smartphones, GPS, or walkie-talkies. Their communication was literally a matter of life and death. One of the most compelling theories about language origin suggests that speech emerged from a primal need: cooperation. Imagine a small group of early humans facing a world filled with terrifying predators, unpredictable environmental challenges, and the constant struggle to find food. In this brutal prehistoric world, the ability to communicate effectively wasn't just convenient, it was crucial for survival. How do you coordinate a mammoth hunt without words? How do you warn your tribe about an approaching pack of saber-toothed tigers? Simple grunts and wild gestures could only go so far. The humans who developed more sophisticated communication had a massive evolutionary advantage. This theory proposes that language wasn't some magical overnight invention. Instead, it was a gradual, incredible process of survival-driven innovation. Those first sounds and gestures weren't just random. They were strategic tools for collective survival. A particular grunt might signal danger ahead, another might mean food this way, creating the first building blocks of complex communication. Here's a mind-blowing curiosity that'll make you see human communication in a completely different light. Every human baby is born with an extraordinary superpower. Newborns can actually distinguish sounds from every single language on the planet. Scientists call this the critical period, a remarkable window where infants are linguistic sponges, absorbing sound patterns from any language they hear. This isn't just a cool trick. It's profound evidence that language isn't just a cultural invention. It's deeply, biologically wired into our human DNA. We are literally born ready to communicate, a testament to how fundamental language is to our species' survival and success. So the next time you complain about a dropped call or a misunderstood text message, remember, our ancestors literally invented communication to survive in a world that wanted them dead. Every word you speak is a living legacy of human resilience, innovation, and the incredible power of connection. Imagine a world where your emotions were your only language. A primal landscape where fear, joy, anger, and surprise weren't just feelings. They were your primary mode of communication. The emotional cry hypothesis offers a fascinating glimpse into how human language might have taken its first breathtaking steps. According to this theory, our ancestors didn't start with complex sentences or elaborate grammar. They started with pure, raw, emotional sounds. Picture a prehistoric scene. A sudden rustle in the bushes, a sharp, high-pitched scream pierces the air, a sound of pure terror that instantly alerts the entire group to potential danger. That scream isn't just noise. It's communication in its most fundamental form, a warning, a message packed with survival instinct. Over time, these emotional outcries began to evolve. What started as a primal scream gradually transformed into more nuanced sounds with specific meanings. That terrified shriek about a predator. It might have slowly morphed into something we'd recognize today as the word danger. Think about how we still use emotional sounds today. A gasp of surprise, a laugh of joy, a growl of frustration. These aren't just random noises. They're remnants of our ancestral communication system. Our emotional soundtrack, if you will. Imagine our early human ancestors around a campfire. A sudden loud noise might trigger a collective cry of alarm. Another sound might signal celebration after a successful hunt. These weren't just sounds. They were the earliest seeds of language, rooted deeply in our most fundamental human experiences. This theory suggests that language isn't just about words. It's about emotions. It's about our ability to share our inner experiences, to warn, to celebrate, to connect. Every word we speak today carries the echo of those first emotional cries, a testament to our incredible human journey of communication. So the next time you hear someone say, "Words fail me," remember, our ancestors started exactly the same way, with a cry, with a feeling, with a connection so powerful it would eventually become language itself. What if I told you that language might have been born from music? Not from complex words, not from strategic grunts, but from pure rhythmic sounds that dance through prehistoric landscapes. Imagine our ancestors gathered around a flickering fire, not speaking, but singing, not communicating through words, but through melodic patterns that carried meaning deeper than any spoken language could. Some brilliant scholars propose a revolutionary theory. What if human communication first emerged as music? Before words took shape, before complex grammar existed, our earliest ancestors might have used rhythmic sounds and melodic patterns to share information, emotions, and experiences. Picture a small human tribe. Instead of saying, "Watch out for that tiger," they might have created a specific, haunting musical phrase that instantly communicated danger. A celebratory dance might signal a successful hunt. A slow, melancholic tune could express grief or warn about approaching threats. Music, in this theory, acts as a magical bridge. It connects pure emotional expression with structured communication. It's more than just entertainment. It's a sophisticated communication system that predates spoken language. Think about how powerful music still is today. A single song can make you cry, laugh, or feel 1,000 emotions simultaneously. Now imagine that power in a world without words, where survival depended on instant, intuitive understanding. Hey, language lovers, are you enjoying this mind-blowing journey through human communication? Did you know that human babies are born with an incredible superpower? They're naturally wired to learn any language on the planet. If this video is blowing your mind as much as it's blowing ours, here's what you can do. Hit that like button, share this incredible story with your friends, and subscribe to The Dawn of Humankind for more fascinating explorations of our human story. And we want to hear from you. drop a comment below. Which theory about language origin do you find most convincing? The social necessity theory, the emotional cry hypothesis, or this musical origin theory that's making you rethink everything you know about human communication? Stay curious, stay awesome. And remember, every sound we make carries the epic legacy of human communication. Let's talk about the most incredible computer ever designed, the human brain. Not a machine built by engineers, but a miraculous organ sculpted by millions of years of evolution, with language as its most extraordinary achievement. Imagine our early human ancestors. Their brains weren't just smaller, they were fundamentally different. As generations passed, something extraordinary happened. Our brain didn't just grow larger, it became dramatically more complex, developing specialized regions that would ultimately give birth to human communication. Think of the brain as a sophisticated musical instrument. In early human species, it was like a simple drum, but over time, it transformed into a full orchestra, with intricate sections capable of producing the most complex symphonies of thought and expression. Specific areas of the brain, like Broca's area and Wernicke's area, emerged as language headquarters. These aren't just random brain regions. They're sophisticated communication centers that allow us to not just make sounds, but to understand abstract concepts, to tell stories, to dream, to imagine worlds that don't even exist. Language isn't just about making noise, it's about processing incredibly complex information. Our brains can take abstract thoughts, convert them into sound patterns, transmit them to another brain, which then reconstructs those exact thoughts. It's like mental teleportation. Consider this mind-blowing fact. The human brain has approximately 86 billion neurons. Each of those neurons can connect with thousands of other neurons, creating a complexity that rivals the entire known universe. And a significant portion of that neural network is dedicated exclusively to communication. We're not just talking, we're performing a neural miracle every single time we open our mouths. Our brains are simultaneously acting as composers, translators, broadcasters, and receivers of incredibly nuanced information. The evolution of language isn't just a story of sounds. It's a story of neural networks becoming increasingly sophisticated, of our cognitive capabilities expanding, of humans developing the ability to share not just immediate survival information, but dreams, philosophies, and entire universes of imagination. Every word you speak is a testament to millions of years of incredible biological engineering. Every conversation is a celebration of human cognitive evolution. Here's a scientific mystery that continues to divide some of the world's most brilliant minds. How did human language truly begin? Imagine a room full of the world's top linguists, anthropologists, and neuroscientists. They're not sitting in calm agreement. They're engaged in a passionate, heated debate that has been raging for decades. Two fundamental camps with dramatically different views about the most fundamental human ability, communication. On one side, we have the gradualists. These researchers believe language emerged like a slow-moving river, gradually carving its path through human history. They argue that communication evolved incrementally over thousands of years, starting with simple grunts, developing into more complex sounds, ultimately becoming the rich, nuanced languages we speak today. On the other side, the revolutionaries. These scholars propose something far more dramatic. What if language emerged suddenly like a thunderbolt of cognitive evolution? A massive, unexpected leap in human communication that transformed everything in an instant. Picture this transformative moment. Imagine a group of early humans where suddenly, miraculously, something clicked. Complex thoughts could now be shared. Abstract concepts could be communicated. Stories could be told. It wasn't just communication, it was a fundamental reimagining of human potential. But here's what everyone agrees on. Language is uniquely human. No other species on our planet possesses this extraordinary ability to create such complex, nuanced communication systems. We can discuss past experiences, imagine future scenarios, share emotional states, and create entire worlds through words. Understanding language's origin isn't just an academic exercise. It's a profound journey into understanding ourselves. Every word we speak carries the echoes of our ancestors' incredible evolutionary journey. We're not just talking, we're continuing a magnificent story that began thousands of generations ago. Some of the most profound questions remain unanswered. Was language a gradual adaptation or a sudden breakthrough? Were the first words, musical sounds, emotional cries, or strategic survival signals? Each theory offers a tantalizing glimpse into our species' incredible communication journey. The debate continues, and that's the beauty of scientific exploration. We're always learning, always questioning, always pushing the boundaries of human understanding. Every single word you're hearing right now is a miracle, a profound testament to an incredible journey that began thousands of generations ago. Language is far more than just a communication tool. It is the very essence of humanity. Through words, we've built civilizations, transmitted knowledge across centuries, and created invisible bridges that connect human hearts and minds. Think about that for a moment. When you speak, you're not just making sounds. You're participating in the most extraordinary evolutionary achievement in the history of our species. Each sentence is a living museum, carrying the genetic memory of countless ancestors who struggled, survived, and dreamed. From the first emotional cries around prehistoric campfires to the complex languages we speak today, human communication is an unfinished symphony. We've unraveled some mysteries, but the most profound questions remain. How did we transform from simple creatures making basic sounds to beings capable of expressing the most complex emotions, scientific theories, and beautiful poetry? The theories we've explored today are more than academic debates. They're windows into our shared human story, a story of survival, creativity, and an unquenchable desire to connect. The next time you speak a word, pause for just a second. Remember that you're continuing an incredible journey that began millennia ago. Every conversation is a bridge across time, linking you to those first humans who dared to communicate, to share, to dream. Loved diving into this incredible human story? Here's how you can keep exploring and spreading the wonder. Hit that like button. Share this video with friends who are curious about human origins, and most importantly, subscribe to the Dawn of Humankind for more mind-blowing journeys into our incredible past. We don't just tell stories. We unlock the mysteries of what makes us human.